Hi everyone, my name is Tania Ahmed and today we'll be taking a closer look at the mediums that can be used with Grafix Opaque White Craft Plastic. The first medium that we will use is watercolor, and as you can see the paint does not bead up on the surface, which flows really well. Opaque White Craft Plastic does not absorb liquid, which means that you can get very unique effects with a variety of wet mediums. The surface is smooth and does not tear as it comes with a thickness of 0.10 inches. You can get different effects depending on how diluted the paint is, and drying time will be much longer as compared to watercolor paper. The next medium that we will use is acrylic paint, which is quite suited to being used on craft plastic. The brush strokes can be easily seen here, which again depends on the brand and types of acrylic paint used. Once dry, acrylic paints can be easily layered on top of each other. While the paint is still dry, you can create texture by using tools to create marks into opaque white craft plastic. You can also use acrylic ink or high flow acrylic paint, which works very well on opaque white craft plastic. As you can see, the paint flows smoothly on the surface and will eventually settle without leaving any brush marks. Craft plastic is an ideal surface for techniques such as acrylic paint pouring, as it does not absorb any wet mediums, and as a result, the paint dries much slower and you can try various wet on wet techniques to get interesting results. Here you can see I am able to move the acrylic ink around by tilting the craft plastic to get a marbled effect. If you prefer your wet media to dry faster, then alcohol inks are an ideal medium to use on opaque white craft plastic. Alcohol inks work best when working on a non-porous surface, which allows the inks to blend in with each other. One of the properties of opaque white craft plastic is that mediums that are water and alcohol based can be lifted cleanly off the film. The inks will react to each other and pure alcohol as well. Here you can see I am going to use a clean cotton bud soaked with 99% alcohol to remove the alcohol ink. As you can see, there is no staining left on the film, which allows you to reuse the craft plastic if you are not happy with the results. Gel mediums and texture paste can also be used on craft plastic, which can be applied through a stencil. As the film does not buckle when wet media is applied over it, it is an ideal substrate for collage work and mixed media art. Once the medium is dry, more paint or ink can be layered on top for textured results. A variety of inks can be used on craft plastic such as archival, permanent pigment, hybrid, and solvent-based inks. Some of these inks might need to be lightly heat set to completely dry on craft plastic. Here I am using a stamp with hybrid inks on the film and being careful not to let the stamp slide around from under the wet ink. The last medium I am demonstrating is India ink, which is a permanent medium that flows really well on craft plastic. Once dry, you can easily layer on top of it, or you can use diluted ammonia to get the ink to react in very interesting ways. You can speed up the drying process by using a heat tool or a hair dryer as well. Here is a brief overview of all the mediums that we used in this video. I hope that this video was informative and that you will give Grafix Opaque Craft Plastic a go. For more information, visit the Grafix website.